focus on youth to maintain peace. More secondary schools receive farm input from Akwa Ibom State government. Plus, President Bola Tinubu mourns the passing of iconic artist Onyeka Onwenu. Hello there, very good morning, and thank you for joining us on NTOU News. My name is Clement Barikui, and don't forget that this broadcast is reaching you live on StarTimes Channel 103 and on our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube. Youths in Akwa Ibom State are urged to remain peaceful and allow government to achieve its economic plans as outlined in the Arise agenda. Governor Umoeno said this while addressing a cross-section of stakeholders drawn from youth groups, students, and market associations ahead of the nationwide protest tagged End Back Governance. Kevin Samuel reports.
These are representatives of youth groups, students, market association, Nigerian Labour Congress, as well as Trade Union Congress. They are here to share thoughts with the governor on the way forward as regards the planned nationwide protest.
People are asking, what do we do to help our people? Let's say you are trying a problem. I can assure you that apart from the fact that it's a national thing, nothing serious is going to happen here because we have seen the effort we are putting in place. We must ensure that we see the fuel and we drive.
Because the truth is, we really don't need that protest in Akwa Ibom State. But things are hard. If you look at the fuel situation, if you can tackle the fuel situation to bring down the price, pump price of fuel, because it's always highest in Akwa Ibom State.
We're not here for any protest. We're not engaging in any protest. And what we do, stepping down from here after this meeting, is to move to the schools that we have not been able to touch, to get to interact with those students and get them to be in line with us.
Governor Eno appreciates the regular support from these Nigerians, which for him is reason to improve on the welfare of citizens through various interventions.
But if we must protest, please let the leaders guarantee peaceful protest and ensure that miscreants and hoodlums do not hijack this protest in our villages, in all our local governments, so that we don't start a fire that we may not have the ability to put to rest.
The planned nationwide protest is scheduled for the 1st to 10th of August 2024. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
Eka Midim Abak Community Worldwide and Forum of Akwa Ibom Indigenes in Federal College of Medical Laboratory Science and Technology, JOS, have called on youth and the entire indigenes of Abak local government area and indeed Akwa Ibom State to embrace peace and should not participate in the planned protest. A statement signed by the Chairman Board of Trustees, Eka Midim Community Worldwide, and Provost, Federal College of Laboratory Science and Technology, JOS, Professor Nkeruwem Etugudo, and the interim chairman of Eka Midim Community Worldwide, Elder Hansen Ikono, sympathized with the people on the hardship being faced as a result of current economic challenges and called on them to be prayerful as the present administration of President Bola Tinubu is doing everything possible to make life more meaningful for the people. The statement advised the people against participating in the said protest and listed some dangers associated with street protests to include wanton destruction of lives and property, noting that Akwa Ibom people are peace-loving and will not identify with rioters and pledged unalloyed support to the administration of President Bola Tinubu to address the problems of Nigeria. Meanwhile, more reactions have continued to trade the ongoing protests nationwide by some Nigerians. John Paul Alumna has details.
Following the current general economic hardship Some Nigerians have fixed a nationwide protest on the 1st of August 2024. Although the federal government and some security agencies have warned citizens engaging in the protests, some Nigerians have insisted that any peaceful protest is the constitutional right of the citizenry, guaranteed under the UN Charter.
I will come out to join the protests from the front line for the government to bring back subsidy. What it translates to is that the pump price of fuel should be sold at least 100 naira. Government should also look at slashing the salaries of our honorable members of the House of Assembly. You can slash it at 50% and it will not affect them at all. That money can be used to pay subsidy, while the common man is able to buy fuel from the normal pump. 4. Insurgency in the northeast, even some parts of the southeast, the sit at home, Nnamdi Kanu, they should look into releasing Nnamdi Kanu.
They are saying don't protest. It's empty. And that's why I'm telling you, mind you, this is Nigeria. The government or some element in the government might want to hijack it to make a point. Protest is to show your grievance, that you are not happy with something. It's not something that should be a problem. And every citizen of Nigeria have a right.
Protest will not bring peace. We know things are very hard, but we have to consider that economy is not only in Nigeria.
Some academicians admit that it is wrong for the government to threaten the organizers of the proposed protests while advising youths to seek alternative ways to engage government.
Even the 2014 National Conference, people should go back there. This is a cosmetic approach that people are thinking about. Go there and address the problem of Nigeria. You protest and change this government, another one will come. Given the structural imbalance, given the problem on ground, look at history, address history.
The issue is that there has been a legitimate notice over time, for a long period of time. I don't expect the protest to hold. I expect, because the government of the day is a reasonable government, I expect government to step in, call these people into negotiation. What do you expect? What do you want us to do so that, 1, life will be better, 2, there will be peace and order in the society?
It is the hope of Nigerians that the federal government will address some of the demands of the protesters to avoid loss of lives and property. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
And away from protests to other stories now. Teachers in public secondary schools have been charged to stimulate the passion of students in practical agriculture to contribute to food sufficiency in the state. This was at the distribution of farm input to schools at Community Commercial School, Ikorokubo, Ofot, Uyo. Evelyn Baduepo reports.
Distributing the inputs to different secondary schools across the state, Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development charges them to utilize the vast land available in the school premises as a training ground for students in agriculture. Commending Governor Eno for his passion and consistency in the distribution of farm inputs since the beginning of the first planting season to schools across the 3 senatorial districts, in line with her call for all to return to the farm.
We start from the primary to the secondary level to the tertiary level to inculcate in our students the love for agriculture. Why are we doing this? Agriculture is the future. It is the present. It's important that we are able to do things that we can feed ourselves. And we have staples here. We have vegetables, we have cassava, rice. All those are staple crops that we consume in our states. And His Excellency has said we should go back to the farm. And we have said that we are going to have a competition where we'll have the best 3 schools with the best school farms. So it's a challenge to the principal generals.
Since the government has taken this business serious, I want to also encourage the parents, the people of Akwa Ibom State to also take it serious and encourage the governor and the government of Akwa Ibom State to do more for us.
The principal of Community Commercial Secondary School, Ikorokubo, on behalf of the teachers, appreciates Governor Eno for reviving agriculture in the children and promises to ensure seedlings are planted and nurtured.
Thank our own people's governor, Pastor Omar Basi Eno, who has made agriculture and education a priority in his Arise Agenda program. And he's not only talking, he's a talk and do.
Coconut seedlings were distributed to the schools for cultivation. In Uyo, Evelyn Badu, Ekpo, NTA News.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, chronicles the activities of government within the last 14 months, as reported by Salihu Gwanari.
Because of this,
these members of the Federal Executive Council are the latest Nigerians that added their voices against the Plan End Bad Governance protest. As critical actors, they supported their position with facts and figures.
For the youth especially, and this is very important for them to know, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has a number of youth-focused initiatives. The first one is the Nigerian Student Loans Scheme. The provision of the Nigerian Student Loan Scheme has a provision to cover 2 million students. There is also the provision of pocket money.
They reaffirmed that President Bola Tinubu, as the driver of Renewed Hope agenda, is a true Democrat with total support to federalism, whose strategies are to confront challenges and achieve sustainable development without sentiment.
In so doing, that he also supported the restoration of autonomy to local government. Noteworthy is his decision recently to sign into law 2 development commissions, North to West, South, is consistent with the demand of those constituencies.
What we need as a nation is to allow these economic reforms and various interventions to mature through the gestation period into reality. And Nigeria will never be the same again. Nigeria will be put on a solid economic platform for this and future generations.
So, Mr. President, in his wisdom, has actually been protesting on behalf of Nigerians by ensuring that these key reforms that we need to put the country back on the path of sustained prosperity is being achieved.
Rather than go to the street to protest, they appeal to Nigerians to join forces with leaders at all levels to collectively fast-track the positive reforms towards nation building. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
There are those who have committed themselves to the conservation and protection of wildlife and nature's green areas, known as rangers. While the work they do put them in potential harm's way, little is done to acknowledge their sacrifices. Charles Alpha reports that the 2024 World Rangers Day does not only honor the bravery of these park rangers, but also highlight the difficulties they encounter every day in the line of duty.
About 2,351 conservation casualties of on-duty rangers have been recorded between 2006 and 2021 globally, with 140 rangers in 37 countries losing their lives in the line of duty between June 2023 and May 2024, according to reports of the International Ranger Federation. Nigeria accounts for 4% of this figure, recording 20 deaths and injured park rangers since inception of the park in 1991.
Park rangers are often faced with a quite number of challenges in the course of duty. Some of these challenges include poaching, mining, logging, lack of modern equipment, banditry, kidnapping, and cattle rustling.
For the Minister of Environment, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Mahmoud Kambari, It's about the pivotal role Rangers play in achieving the shared vision of the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, which Nigeria is signatory.
Their dedication, courage, and tireless efforts deserve our deepest admiration.
The European Union continues to support Rangers in every aspect in terms of provision of training as well as funding.
Nigeria's National Park Service joins 160 member organizations of the International Ranger Federation, representing around 60,000 rangers to mark the 17th annual commemoration, with emphasis on the dedication and sacrifices of rangers. Cash presentations were made to the families of fallen rangers. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu extends his profound condolences to the family of the late Ms. Onyeka Onwenu. Onwenu was a singer, songwriter, actor, journalist, activist, and politician. President Tinubu mourns the passing of the Queen of Songs, whose edifying and mellifluous rendition "One Love" in the 1990s evoked a favor of fellowship and harmony. The president recalls the many artistic interventions of the late musical icon in promoting public good, noting her classic collaboration with King Sunny Ade on Wait For Me, a melodic campaign on family planning in the 1980s. President Tinubu celebrates the life of the versatile and extremely gifted artist who applied herself to the whole gamut of artistic enterprise and expression, bringing joy and laughter to many. The president condoles with the entertainment industry, the Imo State government, and the numerous fans of the departed star over these immeasurable loss. President Tinubu prays for the repose of the soul of the deceased artist and that she finds a place yonder where the music never fades and where there is dancing in the sun. And it is on that note we end the news this morning. Emediong Mo is standing by for the day's news translation. Good morning.
Akamukara state nyenete umoino abo yagemem aba ketume iwat. Ufongwe secondary kesterebo mfri eno me secondary school mfri wan. Akamukara irenyen ete Bola Tinubu afrom ba ata kwa iko mma Onyeka Onwenu. Ukanyen miko mwanyin medo emedi mo kamando tumbo mba senemi. Keri kanbo kendiria aba kestenyen ukara stenyen eno me ufongwe secondary mfrinwan seto ndienebo yagmetiti akrebo ke lito fongwe ekpe ufon ana demo etoywan yakobo yogombo mito akombonga mwana miario ke ukara akwaibo eno me ufongwe secondary kesteremi mfri inwan seto ndiana commissioner selempo banga utoywan kesteremi amano me mbonu fongwere ritemebo yagamwa krebo kemmo eto inwang abangake ku fongwet ya nywodo itie sendito fongwet ekama ekpep na ekpekan eto inwang amo ema eko makamukara stenyen ete umoino ke menti mpo anye na ngake ye mfrinwang anye ano ngoke ke me ufongwet manatoro ndiria aba a principal ku fongwet secondary ake ikorokubo yemmetitia emaekom akamukara stenyen ete umoino ke rikenbo ke anam utoinwang ado akpanukpo kesteremi akpanukpo ekena madonko akedo ammo ideme mfri isub makara manatoro ado semmo eto ebo ya gonyen toyen ekrebo ke ekpemen toyen emmo enwe kpep emmo nti ukpep bak mbonowo iri ijep toyen emmo ami ekero iko ufokutom naptip eketanga na ekesanga ke erok mention sefa ke nko kara oron ya ikubo yombo mito kombonge
isanga sokon ebo ke enamisanga mimbara toro ewot miyare sere mbonowo eniege ebanga ke mewe sekemam mewo enyam emayana nga mensunsio ndurio ebango wembonowo isanga soke sanga rinka ngoron mi enamerio ngoke edade sanga mimi akena ngado koron ado odanga ambono we sekema edisanga nanga mendurio mi ado woda no awana kamokra steremi adade soke isanga mi boso nam yagerio ngoke eke benisanga mi eke work patreke itie koto oron local government secretariat hall nkoe mane dari ni kitendo etange no mbonowo ebanga kero mensunsu ndio ye ndudio asene kekewo edi inama ipak mbange moyo wo mfen mana ndi mbonowo nyam akene dangam kpomi ariba edagami ufogo tomekoro kibibio naptip eyad esre taititi ebango toru nam tommi ebe ngide boke edieke emmowo kere kedo me mbonowo ye nkoko karantike ewana ke kutoru na mami ke ya eno montono akene dangi beretang miku yo utebe achibong akombok enti
ukangin tembongin atrero uba usenemi tutundubi etiesom